welcome to round 3 of the official V8 Supercar Championship at the classic Nurburgring circuit, here with RaceSpotTV in conjunction with iRacingTV. Brenton is off on his little holiday now on a beach. I am Jake Blackall. Here with me tonight is Sam Sutton. Sam, welcome to the broadcast.
Yeah, good evening Jake, and good evening to everyone out there watching tonight's race.
We are set for a long 30 laps here. The fuel is limited, so there will be a pit stop around about 40 to 45 litres. Qualifying has already begun, and at the moment Ethan Grid-Galt is sitting on provisional front row with a 1 minute 59.6, second Josh Rogers with a 59.8, and third Mitchell Sealack with a 59.9. The field is the track has been throwing up a lot of different weather, and the field is definitely coming to grips with it today with some quick times being posted out. Qualifying is interesting with some multiple cars, small field tonight with 18 cars, but still strong with the fact of how many of the drivers, calibre of drivers we have tonight. Kane Kugemeyer is in 4th as well as Matt Morris. As qualifying comes to, Michael Healy puts it into P8 with a 22 minute .075. So the field is coming slowly to the finish of qualifying with less than a minute to go.
Yeah, Jake, we've got a nice cool track tonight, 35 degrees, a break from the trend we've been seeing throughout the week in all the servers, so the guys will be feeling a bit more grip out there. That's contributing to these quicker lap times, and 114 litres is the number you've got to get into the tank to get home.
Yeah, with that fuel limit, it's going to be it just adds another little interesting aspect to the race. It's not 112 litres, save that little bit of 2 litres that you could if it was open, but that fuel restriction just changes up the strategy every week to week, different fuel restrictions. So not long to go, should be finishing quali soon as Mitchell Sealack pushes himself into P2, so 59.7 as some of the drivers just coming to finish up their laps now.
Yeah, Rogers is just entering the final chicane on his final time lap. See if he can better his 59.8 he's currently sitting on in 3rd.
Yeah, I think that is it. I think the server actually cut some of their laps short, so I think Rogers was on for a better lap there, but that's the end of qualifying. Sam, can you run us through the grid as they get ready for the race?
Certainly. So in pole tonight we've got Ethan Grid-Galt on a 59.6, second Mitchell Sealack, second row of the grid Josh Rogers in 3rd with Kane Kugemeyer in 4th, 5th Matt Morris, Mick Cracknell in 6th, 7th goes to Jason Bent with Michael Healy in 8th, Wayne Kendall in 9th, Sean Evans next to him in 10th. 11th place goes to Michael Hammond, followed closely by Corey Preston in 12th. We've got Wayne Burke in 13th, Ross Rizzo 14th, Dylan Shepherd in 15th, 16th goes to Mario Vlasic, Greg Sharp in 17th, and rounding out the field tonight in 18th is Matt Jones with no time.
Yeah, it's a good field tonight. Interesting spread. It's Matt Jones not putting a lap time, which I think is a bit interesting, but it all could come not making the server in time as the field starts to grid up with a minute to go before we start getting the green.
Yeah, long load time on this track contributing as well to the long lap time, 2 minute plus for an out lap. So it's 7 minutes you get in total to do the whole 2 laps, so contributing to Matt not getting a time there. We got a 4-second spread as well from pole back to 17th in our last time, so a fair spread in the lap time. Yeah,
and that's definitely contributing to the long track. It's difficult track to actually master. A lot of flowing corners here, especially through Mercedes Arena and Michael Schumacher S, which is very bumpy even if you're trying to get it right because of those curves. But grid's starting to form up now as the light should be going green any minute now.
One thing to watch out for is turn 1 tonight. 18 cars piling into a corner that is hard to get through by yourself. Expect some action. We saw it Saturday in the America Strength of Field. We had a bit of action at turn 1, so you never know what's going to happen tonight as revs start to build.
And they are away for round 3. Great start by Ethan Grid-Galt, and also Rogers from the second row of the grid already harassing Mitchell Sealack into turn 1. Oh, Sealack laid under brakes. There's a car off in the background. Oh, someone's around. That is Kugemeyer. Lost it under acceleration out of 1. As Ethan just holding the inside line on Sealack right now. Oh, Sealack holding the outside as well. Good battle for the lead straight away. I think. Wow, Rogers is still there too, harassing the back of Sealack. He's going to try and counter-attack on Egg here. Oh, he's holding it tough. Ethan from 1st down to 3rd. Good counter-attack from Sealack. It was straight under pressure from Rogers.
Yeah, That's the way you got to get it done. This track, with the nature of the switchback, you'll get it easy if you just hang tough.
Yeah, he's done that well. Rogers straight on the attack. Sorry there, Sam. He's straight on the attack. Sielak. It's just not going to end. This looks like it's going to be a great battle.
Back in the pack, we've got Jason Benson, Michael Healy, or Healy backside, but they were going up to Shoemaker. It's too wide there.
Yeah, they're just easy to take it. Good should be taking it easy, but it looks like the boys are all have at it at the moment, especially it's just lap 1 of a 30-lap race. Definitely have a fuel stop as well to take into it. So that'll come later on, and that will be where the strategy plays out.
Yeah, definitely. And our first corner spinner, Kane Kugami, is back underway. Looks like with little damage. Back in the field, just past Matt Jones there.
Yeah, straight on the attack is Ethan Grigg Gold on Rogers. Nearly bumped him coming into the NGK chicane. Oh, there's a contact. There's contact in the background.
Big accident at the final chicane.
Yeah, big crash there. Oh, I don't know who that started that.
We got both the simulated cars involved.
Healy. Yeah. Let's have a look. I think it was Healy as we look at for the replay now. Oh, it was actually... Oh, it was Matt Morris. Oh no, it was in front of them. It was Healy into... Lost that car. I think it was Michael Hammond.
I think it was Jason Bentz getting loose.
Jason Bentz, yeah. A lot of contact, just cars under pressure. Cold tyres, getting a bit of contact, and that was it. So now we're back live. Up with the front battle, it's all on. As Ethan Grigault has somehow gotten in front of Sielak and Rogers as we were watching the replay. Cracknell right on the back of Rogers, nearly having an attack, but not the spot to do it down there.
There's a few witness marks on the back of Sielak's car there. I think there might have been a nose to tail into turn 1.
Yeah, it may have been a bit of contact there, but Ethan now has a comfortable couple of car lengths lead, which is sort of just really just giving him a bit of a break now as the top 4 just start to edge away from 5th on back.
Yeah, one thing I learned last season, racing Ethan, don't let him get in front. If you keep behind you, you have a better shot of winning. So now he's got a bit of clean air. Good luck to these guys trying to rein him back in.
Yeah, that's definitely what Eagle want at the moment. But as the look back at Burke as well, this battle from 5th on back is heating up. There's a lot of cars here starting. Big battle pack, 5th through to it. I don't even know. It would be about 12th, 15th at the moment is this battle pack. That's just raging on here. So a lot of cars in the mix. A couple of cars making it through that first little lab incident at the chicane that's just liven this battle up.
Yeah, Berkey goes defensive there on Ross Rizzo. Oh, Kendall's around at the final chicane as well.
Oh, he's around, but he hasn't. Wow, everyone's lucky not to drill in there. Got back going as actually in front of them, Cougar Mia put some move on Ross Rizzo there. So that's another spot after his spin at turn 1. Still going as Kendall really sideways coming out of the last corner.
I think this different track temp, Jake, from the trend of the week is catching a few guys out tonight. A bit of extra grip, just getting a bit hungry and overdriving the car.
Yeah, that definitely can happen with this car. The hotter weather, everyone was so conservative now. The little bit of cooler temp and everyone thinks it's a grip day, but it really still isn't. Still 36 degrees, it's still a hot track. So just catching a people out as Kugamia runs a bit wide with Rizzo is still there. Just going to defend as Kendall straight back on the attack, but doesn't have anything for Rizzo there. Definitely calmed down at the front as well. The front pack is just sort of split up a bit. We've definitely got Rogers and Sielak together, but Ethan Grigault, like you said, Sam, is starting to run away. He's nearly out to a second lead as Josh having a look on Sielak for P2. Didn't have enough gap there to try and make it happen.
Now I put my money on Rogers here, not because he's just my teammate, but he's got Richard Hampstead in the spotters box with him, and Hammer is well known for his strategy calls, so I'd expect some wizardry from Hampstead there to get Rogers in front if he can't get the pass done on the track.
Yeah, that's definitely someone you'd like to have in your spotters box. It would be Hampstead, especially at this sort of track with the strategy of the fuel. You can definitely gain. I've seen in the early race a couple of people gain with a shorter stop, so it might be in the interest to do that. It just all comes down to who has what at the end. The field's definitely starting to quiet down a bit as they all start to get into a rhythm. There's still a bit of a battle pack down here between Matt Jones, Mario Vlasic. So they're starting to liven back up with Wayne Kendall in front of them.
Yeah, just on that incident we saw on lap 1 there, Jake, Michael Healy, Corey Preston and Michael Hammond are all in the pit lane, looking like having a few retirements very early on.
Yeah, that chicane was a lot of cars going everywhere as just Wayne C. Burke put a move on Sean Evans. He's on the defensive, but Sean looking to the inside. Has he got the nose up? I think he does. Wayne leaves in the room. Good defense there from Sean Evans, but don't know. Wayne C. Burke's still holding that outside line. Good move. He should be able to make it stick here with this double left-hander in the Mercedes arena. He's still there, but they're still side by side. If Sean can hold it here,
get the nose up.
Yeah. Oh, shut the door, but Kugamiya a little bit of contact. Yeah, a little bit of contact there, but Kugamiya will now counter-attack here on Sean, so that'll be another 2 spots lost if you can't hold it. Kugamiya around the outside. Sean leaves him room. Kugamiya straight down the inside.
I think he's got it.
Yeah, deep move, but he had the inside line. Just a little bit of understeer in the mid-corner, but got it done. Definitely starting to bring his positions back from that first lap spin there from Kugamiya. Was started on P4. He's Evans behind him, super sideways. That's put lost that Ross Rizzo down the inside, and he's got that through the Michael Schumacher S. But he could have a slower exit, so Evans could be back on the attack. This battle back's certainly livened up. Yeah.
Just back up the front, Josh Rogers has dropped back in behind Michael Cracknell by a fair distance, so I don't know whether we missed it or not, but a bit of an incident occurred probably with Josh Rogers there.
Yeah, I'm sure as to what has happened there with Rogers. It's they lost a lot of ground to Cracknell. I'm just trying to see if I can find it, but I can't find a door. I think he got a slowdown in the last chicane looking back, so the last chicane in the last lap got a slowdown, and that's put him behind Michael Cracknell. So he's lost a bit of ground there, which is unfortunate. He was having a good battle there with Cielac. So at the moment, though, that's just left Ethan Grigalt just get a big lead. He's out to 3.1 seconds, and this is what he wants. He wants to just control this race and just skip away.
Yeah, it's definitely where he's in his element. When he's out in clean air by himself, he can just run the car how he wants to, not being dictated by anyone in front.
Yeah, that would definitely leave him open to a lot of strategy causes. Back in the pack, Evans nearly locked the brake hard into turn 1, nearly piled into the back of Ross Rizzo. He lost the spot to Wayne Kendall, but he still didn't hit anyone and got back on track. So he's kept that going.
Sean Evans is a very heavy rock sitting to a bottom of a pond at the moment. He's gone from up in 6th place back to 10th now.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of ground. He had a couple of issues on the first lap. I think he was the car that was off in the graphs on the opening lap into turn 1. So I think he may have got some damage, but yes, he's dropping like a rock, and this isn't going to help because he wants to stay up there, especially with these big boys up front. It's just hard to stick with him. Got to keep the pace up.
He's looking vulnerable here to Matt Jones as well in the Hendlink car there.
Yeah, his Hendlink car very strong from Matt Jones. Should be able to make a move on him soon, so he's falling into the clutches of him, and it's definitely not what you want, especially this early on in the race. It sort of hurts your confidence a bit. Don't want to be dropping down, don't know what's wrong with the car, maybe make an adjustment in the pit stop. But actually Sean Evans now having a tack on Wayne Kendall, so he's found some little bit of speed back, maybe just cool the tyres down after all the brake locks and just get back going.
Yeah, it can take a while to find your rhythm. You go from driving on a 44-degree track to 35. There is a significant difference in how the car feels, and it just takes a couple of laps to get a feeling for it, especially as most guys' setups would be tailored to that one style of track.
Yeah, as he has a look down into the NGK chicane, doesn't get it done, not far enough up there, but it's definitely starting to get the feeling back in that car, and Matt Jones is back on the back of him, so he'll be having a look as well. It's only lap 5, and it feels like it's already been like 20 laps into this. This battle pack's certainly just raging on, and the leader is Ethan Grigalt, still pulling away 3.6 now as this little pack for second starts to closing up with Michael Cracknell and Josh Rogers definitely the quickest out of the bunch with a 2 minute flat 0.2 with a 2 minute 0.7 and a 2 minute 0.6 for Cielac and Cracknell. So that's definitely got Rogers going to be quicker than the two of them. Should be able to make a move on them soon.
Yes, and back in 6th and 7th, you got Wayne Burke and Kane Kukumia going at it as well. Matt Morris is in the world of his own in 5th at the moment currently too.
Yeah, he's just having a little bit of a move on himself, but here comes Kukumia, definitely making up the ground from his mistake. Well, I wasn't saying it was his mistake, just the spin at turn 1. Don't really know who's hit who, but that was a spin. Kukumia wouldn't have liked that, and now he's just making his ground back up. Definitely the strategy will play into his hand to be able to make up more ground. He's now all over the back of Wayne C. Burke, which we should be able to make that move stick hopefully in the next couple of laps. He was about half a second quicker the last lap, so it's looking on as behind them. I think Ross Rizzo was under attack from Wayne Kendall as well, so that's just a never-ending battle.
Yes, I think you're going to see a lot of these trains forming. The nature of this circuit and the ability to be able to fight back on the outside. A lot of trains will form. It is a hard track to pass, because if you're going to get it done, you really have to send it in there hard. Evans has a look on Kendall.
Oh, he thought about it. Definitely thought about it, but thought better of it and just door shut, and that was it. Sticks in behind, but I think Kukumia was having a look and he's got it done. He has got it done in the NGK chicane, so he's got that done. Moves up into P6 in front of Wayne C. Burke.
Yeah, ANZ
as the battle pack
typically very strong, so you should be able to drive away here.
Yeah, he should be able to, as Sean Evans all under attack from Matt Jones. He was having another look there. He's still, Sean Evans sideways out of the last corner of the car, must be on the loose side there. And he's now just going to be vulnerable. He won't have the straight line speed, definitely. If Matt Jones has a look, he could. Evans just putting it in the middle of the road, just having a good block. It's in front of him, Kendall, very close to Rizzo as well. It's just never ending here. But up front, I think Ethan is still pulling away. Cracknell and Cialak are just sort of holding their own at the moment. The gap isn't closing. Cialak actually gained about half a second on Cracknell the last lap, so he's just gapped him, and Rogers actually was the slowest out of the three. So just conservative, might have something up his sleeve with Hampstead in the spotter box in the strategy, so could play out all towards the end.
Yeah, I think the guys in a close battle, you just see a bit of a fairly large fluctuation in the lap times. I don't know if Rogers got caught up there with Cracknell partway through the lap, but both of them have very similar times. And Cialak, give him a bit of space and he'll just drive away, but you never know what can happen. You've still got a long way to go in this 30-lap race.
Yeah, as Evans makes the move on Rizzo, he got that done cleanly into the turn 8, as Rizzo would have a look maybe down into turn 11. I don't know whether he's close enough. It's definitely close enough. Oh, he's thought better of it. You can see the car wanted to have a go, but just laid off it and let him go. Comes through
It's
Wall
got to be an
Steiner.
ambitious move to go through for it there. You're better off waiting for the draft down the back straight and then putting a very decisive move down at the chicane.
Yeah, it's always better to go through NGK chicane unless you have the run coming out of Michael Schumacher S's to get it there down at turn 11. He's having a look. Thought better of it. Just staying behind, but he lost a lot of ground there. Lost a lot of ground. Matt Jones is now going to be all over him coming out of this final corner. So yeah, it left a bit of breathing space there, a little bit of gap there now for Sean Evans and Ross Rizzo. So a little bit of breathing space. It could give Evans another moment to attack on Wayne Kendall, because he hasn't had another attack. He's been defending. So it's hard in this position. You've got to defend and attack at the same time.
Yeah, a very interesting line there from Wayne Kendall. He seems to angle it at the apex of turn 1, contrary to what everyone else behind him was doing. It didn't seem to yield a great speed difference. It actually seems to be a bit slower for him than if anything else.
Yeah, it could be contributing to the different lines that everyone runs around this track. Just differing line. The track is multiple line racetrack. It makes it even harder to pass out because everyone's running different lines. But it's definitely just, he's still holding onto that position, so he hasn't lost that much ground in that sort of sense. He sort of actually gapped Evans this lap, which has put him a bit more of a comfortable breathing space.
Well, this train Kendall's got sort of behind him. He's kind of gapped him a bit now. Goes all the way back to Dylan Shepherd in 13, with our last lead lap car, Greg Sharp, being down in 14. 31 seconds off the lead and 6 seconds off his pack in front.
Yeah, as we move back up to P3 and 4, Rogers has found the speed now. He is all over the back of Michael Cracknell. He'll have a look as he comes through onto the back straight, coming through Advan now. Might have a look down into the MGK. Here he comes. He thought about it. Oh, nearly. He could have had a run. He definitely had the speed on the brakes there to have a run through NGK chicane. Coming up around turn 16 here. If you can try and get the exit here, you can have a run down into turn 1. That's all you will want. Get the draft, because Cialak actually has a bit of a gap to Cracknell, so he won't be benefiting from a draft as much as Rogers will be.
Yeah, last time by, Cracknell and Rogers both in the 2-minute 1 bracket, and Cialak doing a 2-minute flat .7.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Rogers a little bit sideways out of the last corner, but yeah, the difference in time now, this little battle that is brewing between Crackers and Rogers has definitely helped Cialak just get a bit of a gap. But Rogers will want to get this done because he has the car speed to keep up with Cialak. He just can't be held up behind Crackers too long. Crackle just not having the car speed at the moment. Definitely in a good position. If you can play the strategy right, he could still hold that position, but Rogers will want to get around him as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's not going to be good for Rogers if he goes on any longer. Another lap or two and you might see him start to get a bit impatient and start pulling out some fenders just to give Crackers a hurry up, say, mate, I'm here, we need to get going.
Yeah, that's right, especially with Ethan now out to a 4.7 second lead. I think Rogers knows that that lead is slipping away as well. And if he can't do anything about Crackers soon, I think he's just going to have to look for second.
Yeah, it's at the point now where it's going to take something miraculous for Ethan to stuff up for him to not win this race. He's generally pretty clean on his own, so I wouldn't expect much to go wrong for him.
Yeah, he's a good racer. He always does well controlling his own pace. As Rogers, as we come through turn Wastiner, turn 12, as Rogers will want to get a good run again. Just
looks like Cracknell's got a nice initial speed boost onto the back straight, which is just making it harder for Rogers to reach out and pass him.
He's just getting the cleaner exits, and that's just helping him get out of the corners faster.
As we say, there's a lot of curb.
Yeah, a lot of curb there. It's just he just doesn't have that initial corner exit speed at the moment like Cracknell. Crackers loose out of the last corner. This could definitely be the run that Rogers needs. Sits in the draft. He should have the speed here just to throw it down the inside at turn 1. He's definitely got the draft. He's gaining on him. There he goes under brakes.
Will you get a
stop?
Got
the space. Yeah, got it done. Very clean, nice move. Blocked the outside line of that turn so he didn't have a counter attack as soon as possible. Now he's just got to put his eyes forward and look towards Cialak, who's about a second and a bit in front of him. So he wants to make sure he can get away from Cracknell now and just close in on P2.
Yeah, the trick for Origins is eyes forward. Don't look in the mirror. He'll be tempted to because Crackers is right there, but if you've got the car speed like Rogers is showing over the guy behind you, you should not need to worry about him. You should be fine to catch up to Cialak.
Yeah, he should just be able just to cruise away now. Use a bit of that strategy from Hampstead and get away with it. And just close that gap to Cialak as quickly as possible.
As Evans changed for 8th position as well.
Yeah, Evans has actually got around Wayne Kendall, so he's made that move stick because they're actually gapping the rest of them behind. So a little bit of swapping of changing of positions from back here is Ross Rizzo actually behind them in 10 and 11 is under attack from Matt Jones. So
and back as again, we've got Shepherd and Vlasic as well in the same sort of position as Rizzo and Jones.
Yeah,
Jones goes down the inside. Rizzo went wide at the bowl, and Jones just gets under the inside and takes the lead, takes that position away from hitting up in Shoemaker races.
Yeah, he got that done, so that was a good move there from Jones, just a little bit wide from Rizzo and just made the most of it. Moves him up into P10. He'll try and gain, I don't know whether he has the car speed to gain the 2 in front. Hopefully he can, and that will bring him up solidly inside the top 10. As Rogers is in the pits, Rogers has pitted, so here comes the strategy. Very early pit stop from Rogers, especially on lap 10 of the race.
Yeah, I can see why he's done that though. The track being cooler out, you don't have to worry too much about the tyre degradation as you would if it was up in the 40s. It gets the stop done, gets him out of a fight with Cracknell, or potential fight, and he's going to have some clean air, hopefully. I trust Hampstead's done the numbers properly and he'll get him out of some clean air.
Yeah, That could be a good move. You just hope he doesn't get stuck in this battle. It's just gone past, he should be clean air. He should have a lot of time to... Should have a bunch of time here to make a good spot out of it, as I think that was Greg Sharp just went by the last car on the lead lap. So should just have a lot of clean air now, which he has, definitely a lot of clean air. So that's good for Rogers. Hopefully this can make a space.
Oh, we've had an accident here between Dylan Shepherd and Wayne Kendall in the arena section. Might need to grab a replay of this one.
Yeah, so they've come together. It was, Kendall, Dylan Shepherd got loose, Kendall was there, and they've all just sort of met in the middle. Just a little bit of Shepherd, just a little bit easier on the throttle, got loose, and just clipped Kendall around as well. So, unfortunate for all of them to be caught up into that.
Yeah, and he swiped the front of Lassich's car as well, but he looks like he got away pretty clean from that. Maybe just going to lose a bit of top-end speed due to the missing that bonnet.
Yeah, so we're back live, and that's definitely lost a couple of damage to just Lassich's front end. But I wonder if anyone else is going to pit now. It's Rogers is pitted. Does anyone follow him and sort of do the same sort of strategy? But it doesn't look like the 2 leaders are. I wonder if Crackers is going to do the same thing. No, so everyone's just doing their own thing as Rogers just does the alternate strategy.
Yeah, it is a bit alternate. It's just, I think, for those guys in the top 3, I'm surprised Crackers didn't pit, to be honest, because he's racing Rogers, but I can see why they want to stay out. Ideally, you'd want to do a 50-50 split with the tyres and pit at the end of lap 15.
Yeah, especially with the the weather that everyone's been having this week. So the most be going off of that strategy and playing that card tonight. But it's that alternate strategy, the tyres shouldn't be that bad, is what everyone will be thinking. So watch Rogers at the end. I think he'll be pretty good towards it. As the field
even
is
the
very
OSR race, he
spread.
had good tyre deck, so he should be fine, to be honest. He should be fine to get this one.
Yeah, he should definitely have enough tyre degradation, less tyre degradation. Yeah, as Kendall is in the pits, as we just see. So, had a little bit of contact, got the spin. Hopefully not a lot of damage, which it doesn't look like there is on that car. So, should be able just to get a clean pit stop, get 4 tyres and get back out there and hopefully gain some ground on the other guys who was racing after that spin.
Yeah, I expect a little bit of steering damage off Kendall's car. He did get put into the wall at the end of that spin. Looked a bit left hand down as well as he was travelling down the pit lane. So not ideal, but you can deal with a little bit of steering damage.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks as well that steering damage is not as much of your worries. It's a lot of straights where you can just sort of, especially if you balance it out, if it's only a little bit of left hand down or right hand down, you can sort of work with it and hopefully it doesn't wear the tyres out. That's your main thing that you don't want to happen. There's Ethan Grigalt still comfortably in the lead, 6.1 seconds in front of Mitchell Selak. He's just controlling it, staying out as well this lap. So the more he controls it, the better he is. I think it's time we should go on board with Ethan Grigalt on the lap 12, the race. Enjoy. Up. saw that there for Meg, but I think I was the only one on board as everyone else was concentrating on Sialak pitting, who has done his pit stop and now has come out in front of Rogers comfortably, and Cracknell is behind Rogers. So they pitted while that was going on. That was my bad, but definitely the strategy is now started to play out. Took them a couple more laps to come in, but Ethan stayed out.
Yeah, and Cookamere also took the chance to get into the pit lane with Sialak and Cracknell. So yeah, it's him and Wayne Burke now left to fight out for the bottom of the top 5.
Yeah, so everyone seemed to want to come in as soon as I wanted to do a cockpit, so that's alright, as Matt Jones now comes into the pit also. So that'll bring him, was racing Sean Evans, so if he can get a couple more laps in front on the fresher tyres, hopefully he can do the undercut and get that position.
I have a feeling here, Ethan's going to do what he did in the early race tonight and just run longer than he has to, essentially. He doesn't have to pit at lap 15 if he doesn't want to, because he has the gap, he has the space to be able to do what he wants with the strategy. So he'll probably run these tyres until they're basically buggered and then just bolt some new ones on and go for fastest lap.
Yeah, I think that would be a good strategy, especially with the cooler weather, so he's most probably not experiencing as much tyre deck, so just run it to empty, put some tyres on at the end, it will be good to go. Just doesn't want to lose as much ground, but I don't think he is. He just did a 2.0. He's still gaining on Rogers as well, so don't think he's lost that much ground, especially with Sialak just pitting. We'll have to see what time Sialak does, but when Ethan's still doing nearly 2 minute flat lap times, he did a 2 minute .29, so definitely has the car speed on the older tyres.
Yeah, he's only had a 4/10 difference from his fastest lap to that previous lap, so the dude's got the skills to get this done on his own out in front.
As in he comes, so he's wasn't going to run it as long as possible. We thought maybe they might be gaining some ground, but they actually weren't. But it's always good, just come in, get some tyres on it, hit the marks. He's done that well. So this will be between him and Sialak. Sialak is, I think, coming through turn 11, 12 now, so should have a comfortable gap on Sialak.
Should be stationary for about 18 to 20 seconds to get the fuel in and all the tyres done. Shouldn't lose too much time. He should come out comfortably in front of Sialak. I'm saying about 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm thinking around that as well. Should have easily been comfortable. He'd be gaining as well, because Sialak came out in fresh air, but not as much as he would have liked. He did have Vlasic just coming up on now, as there is something wrong with Morris. Not 100% sure what was going on there, but as Ethan just exits the pit lane now and is comfortably in front of Mitchell Sialak. I think Sialak actually gained. Oh.
And he's escaped, he's done, he's had enough. He did have it coming together with Greg Sharp exiting onto the back straight. I think Greg was just for position, he had no right to be out of the way, he was going to come together. And then Matt's just and that summed up his night.
Yeah, just a bit aggressive, lost it in the pits, put it into the inside fence, so yeah, he's out now. It's unfortunate, especially happening in the pits. But as we go back live, Ethan Grigault, has got his comfortable lead in front of Sialak. Sialak was actually gaining time. He did a 2 minute flat last time, so that was his fastest lap of the race from Mitchell Sialak. Definitely gaining on him, and that's when Ethan just decided, let's put the fresh ones on, let's conserve that gap and get going.
So yeah, we've only got 2 cars effectively that have the pit, which are Wayne Burke and Sean Evans. They're sitting in 2nd and 3rd at the moment. Burke should drop back into 5th, and Evans, I believe, should go back into 6th or 7th.
Yeah, it should be pitting soon, especially with all these lead cars now pitted. You'll want to get in and sort of not lose as much time to them now, seeing as the last 2 cars out. As Ethan's actually catching Sean. Yeah,
yes,
Burke's
Sean was actually in 2nd.
Yeah, and Sean is actually like getting caught by Ethan, so if I was Sean, I'd pit now. Yep, he's done that. Got out of the way of Ethan. You don't want to start getting in the battle there, because you'll lose more ground than what you'll actually be making, especially when he's having a battle with people behind him. This then we'll have to see where Evans comes out, and you may have gained some time with some people, especially with all the traffic that was happening around.
We struggled to get it stopped for the pit lane line there, had it all locked up, back and moving like a motorcycle. I believe we got under the 60k limit though.
Yeah, I think he got in the ALC Evolution Racing Australia car. Hits the marks in the box. Oh, no, a little bit too far forward as I say that, so he had to reverse back a little bit. Hopefully he didn't lose much time. He was battling Matt Jones, so that's coming onto the front straight now, Matt Jones is, so this is where you'll want to be getting up. So I think Jones actually has jumped him. Jones has comfortably jumped him. So Evans has lost some ground here.
Ross Rizzo's jumped him as well.
Yep. So he's lost 2 spots, I'd say, in that sort of little bit of mistake. Maybe the older tyres weren't helping him there. So he's jumped in behind Rizzo and in front of Vlasic. So looking at about P8.
He's got to keep in the back of his mind though that the guys that did pick before him will have fresher rubber at the moment, but at the end of the race he'll have what they had over him. So it looks bad at the moment, but it could come back to him in the later stage of the 20 laps.
Yeah, he definitely could have the fresher tyres towards the end, and that's what you want. The benefit on the tyre degradation here, which isn't as high, but it could also benefit in tyre lap times. So, especially as you see Ethan Grigol not losing as much time as everyone else. As Burke is coming in now, so Wayne C. Burke coming in from the leader of the race. This is the last of the guys to stop. So this will put him round about P6, I'd say. I think he'll just drop in behind Rogers.
Now, while we were looking away, Kukumi has gone back into the pits and looks like he's got a bit of damage to the car, so his night looks to be over. He was going to be in effectively 4th position ahead of Wayne Burke. That's a free kick there for Wayne.
Yeah, we haven't actually caught what happened there to Kukumi, so trying to see if I can actually find. He blew the motor going into turn 8, so that will do the night there for Kukumaya. So unsure as to whether it was double downshift or it was just, oh, Rogers, as I go back, has spun it at the exit of turn 1. He hit the inside wall as well. A lot of damage to the front of the Pagny and TTL car. It's got it back going, lost the spot to Cracknell, but that is not what you want.
No, it's not what you want at all. I mean, it's an easy corner to do it. Depends on what gearing you're running. You're sometimes in first, you're sometimes in second through turn 1. The drop way, easy to get on the power really and just spin it.
Yeah, he's just lost it. A lot of damage. Hopefully that doesn't hurt his run. That's definitely unfortunate. He was on the catching CLAC as well for P3. Well, would have been effectively P2 after Wayne C. Burke's pit. So he was catching him for P2. A little mistake, pushing a bit hard and just looped into the wall. As Burke did come out in front of Matt Jones as well.
His car looks okay. Looks like the steering wheel's straight when he's in a straight line. So that's good news for Josh. He's just going to lose a bit of power having hit the front end of that car.
Yeah, just the aerodynamic balance of that car will be a bit out, but hopefully it won't affect him that much. But I think the time that he's lost will definitely affect. He's a fair way behind Cracknell now, so might just have to sit for that P5 and get away with it. But as we go back, Shepherd and Kendall are back together, so we'll see how this plays out. Kendall considerably has been catching Shepherd by 8/10 that last lap. There's some rear damage as well to the rear of Shepherd's car after that incident before. Could play a bit of a factor, but shouldn't be that much. The car still looks like it's driving alright. But 8/10 the last lap. Kendall's definitely got the car speed to make an attack now.
Yeah, Kendall will have the eyes on after being effectively just bumped off the road by Shepherd, although it wasn't through no fault of his own. It's just a bit of a driving error, bumped off the road. So Kendall may not be as nice as you'd want when he makes his pass.
Yeah, that little bit of a innocent bystander, but don't know what happened, whether it was just absolutely driven off the road, but we'll see. He's definitely going to have the eyes on. So he thought, had a look, let Shepherd know he's there, closed, as he's
gone deep though.
Yeah, very deep, clipped that little sausage curb that the S chicane has. He's lost some ground too, a lot of ground he's lost, but no one behind. Bentz is a couple of laps down, 11 laps down to be a matter of fact, so he definitely has no challenge from behind, just has to be eyes forward now. He's got the car speed, he'll pick it back up and just attack again.
Yeah, lucky to get away without a slowdown there. He put his mind into gear there and made sure he got the car stopped and turned to avoid the slowdown, because those slowdowns, for what you gain, are very costly.
Yeah, the slowdown here is very just one of those ones that will take you out of a good battle. But yeah, Sean Evans, like we were saying, fresher tyres now. He's starting to come to him, and here he is all over the back of Ross Rizzo for P7. Will definitely have enough speed, hopefully, to have a look. Your best bet would be, or you might have a look down the hairpin. He's definitely close enough here.
He's sticking his nose out, giving him a look, just letting him know he's there.
Yeah, just letting him know, just forewarning him I'm here. Let's go. Rizzo runs a bit wide. Oh, Rizzo ran a bit wide there at the apex. But don't want to hold it there, let him have it. Yeah, that's what he's done. So Evans dropped him behind. It's definitely not a position where you want to pass, but he may have the better drive here to have a look down into turn 11. That's what he's done. He's not far enough up, but Rizzo gives him the room. Yeah, Rizzo, nice. Good defense there on Evans. Evans will definitely might have the better run down here through the chicane. Oh, I don't want to go too
to
wide.
The alternate line.
Yeah, he's going to go too wide through Advan. Oh, he had it, now he's going to switch back. Nah, just going to sit him behind.
Yeah, Sean getting on the he got loose, Sean on the brakes there, but taking that inside curve through that little kink didn't help Sean's cause there. It does make the car get loose.
Yeah, he lost a bit of his straight line speed on that, and he's lost a bit of ground after blowing a bit deep into MGK chicane. It's just, he'll get that back. He was definitely a lot quicker the last couple of laps on Rizzo, so he should be able to get that position back. Up in front, however, Ethan Grigol, 8 seconds after the pit stop, comfortably in first over Mitchell Selak, and Michael Cracknell is in third. 10 seconds behind him is Rogers after the damage. He's lost some speed as well, so I don't think it's helping him because Burke caught about 2.5 seconds that last lap.
Yeah, Rogers could see himself in a tricky spot, a bit vulnerable here to Burke if he doesn't get this car right and dealing with the troubles it may be giving him.
Yeah, that was not what he wanted, but it's still solidly in the top 5 at the moment. But Evans is starting to close back up as we move back to this battle for P7 and 8. Rizzo hasn't actually looks like he hasn't got the car speed at the moment. Definitely Evans gaining on him with the fresher tyres.
Just have a look at what lap Rizzo actually went into the pits, and that was lap 12 he entered the pit lane compared to Sean Evans who went in on lap 15, so 3 laps different in the tyres.
Yeah, it's definitely going to play its own little part here, 3 laps. Definitely would just have a bit more of that grip level on the cooler track. Should be able to close in the next couple of laps. That's behind them as well. That is a lap car. Shepherd is getting harassed by Bence, who is a lap down, but Kendall hasn't actually caught Shepherd either back, so that sort of battle has fused out.
Yeah, well, Kendall let Bence go a few laps ago. Maybe it was a ploy to use a bit of the draft off Bence to pull himself to Shep, but Shepard's in the same boat now. Do you let Bence go and possibly make yourself vulnerable to Kendall as he does let Bence through?
Yeah, and that Kendall caught him a bit after just letting him through. Didn't get the good line as well, so Kendall will catch Shepherd again, depending on the pace of Shepherd. They both have a little bit of damage, so see how that goes as Evans is back on the attack, so we move back up to this battle for 7th and 8th. He is all over the back through Mercedes Arena now on Ross Rizzo. Definitely has a quicker car speed. He gained half a second that last lap. Is Rizzo a bit wide? Evans,
yeah, just looking at Evans' car, he can hold it tight. He gets the move done.
Yeah, good move. He got it done. So that was a good move there in the Mercedes Arena into turn 3. He's got that done. He's just got to be eyes forward. He has the car speed. This is what you don't want to do now, is just look behind you 24/7 because he's there. If you have the car speed to catch him, you have the car speed to pull away. Don't know whether he'll cat match Jones. He's running about the same pace as Jonesy, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, maybe they're holding up behind or being stuck in Rizzo's dirty air. Maybe just holding Evans up. It would be nice to see what he can do in the next couple of laps because Jones and Rizzo both pit on the same lap. So it will be interesting to see if the tyre difference is the same as it was with Rizzo for Evans here.
Yeah, that'll be something to play out later on as we move back up now. 4 and 5, Rogers has caught, Burke has caught Rogers, and Burke just gets it done with the NGK chicane. I think Rogers let him through. He knows he has the damage, nothing to worth fighting for. He's just trying to salvage something here. And that was a good move, just let him by. Definitely got some damage on that front that won't be helping his car speed at all. So it's actually Vlasic will be catching Rizzo as we move back here. I think that would then put Rizzo under attack from Vlasic. Vlasic just got his damage, but doesn't look to be hurting the car speed that much either. Definitely has the better car speed than Rizzo. Rizzo looks like he's struggling with that car at the moment. Don't know whether he has any damage. The car doesn't look to be evident of that. But he definitely lost the second 1.3 seconds to Vlasic that last lap.
Yeah, Vlasic has come a long way since he popped up on the official V8 Supercars scene. He's getting up there in the top 10 now in the on the Monday Night Sauce, which is good to see, and obviously he's tidied up his driving a bit.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. He got that little bit of damage. He could be a bit higher up. Sort of just another one of those innocent bystanders of the incident before, but it's definitely good. Get a good result here. Looking to get P8 as he catch Rizzo at the moment. As up front, Ethan is definitely just controlling his lead, 8.9 seconds in front. As Shepherd with Kendall, that looks like they have traded spots. As Kendall has gotten around Shepherd, he got the done. He's put the block on there. Kendall, just make sure he's got that. But Shepherd down the inside, had a look, thought better of it. Not the position you want to get done. Good move.
Yes, nice decisive move there by Wayne Kendall, getting it done, up now into 10th place. Just up in 5th, Wayne Burke has now jumped ahead of Josh Rogers, who is still struggling mightily with that car, down in the 203s at the moment in the lap time.
Yeah, I don't think Rogers is going to be that pleased with that car at the moment. I don't think it's handling the way he wants, but good move from Kendall. He's got past Shepherd. Hopefully he can start to pull away. He's got a fair way to go to catch P9 of Mario Vlasic, who is actually catching Rizzo. So he's got a fair way to go if he wants to try and make another position. So I think he'll consolidate for P10.
Just doing some quick numbers here, Jack. Josh is about the second and a half lap slower than Matt Jones, who's in 6th. We've got 9 laps to go. We could see a little last lap fight here between Josh and Matt, provided Josh doesn't get that car where he wants it.
Yeah, they could line up. That's definitely 1 to 1.5 seconds. It'll be on at the end. It's definitely going to be coming down to the last lap. Rogers will have to pull out a couple of numbers just to be safe, but if the car can't handle it, he can't be able to do it. So it's definitely something you'll have to look out for, because that'll be a top 5 position just going begging.
Yeah, it's a shame for Rogers. He's shown good speed in the last 2 rounds. Last week he had a hardware failure that put him out of the race, but this week, just a driver error. I mean, you know, as you can get when you push hard with crackers pushing a bit of pressure on you. He just made a mistake in turn 1 and he's damaged the car a bit more than I think we both expected, Jake.
Yeah, I think that little bit of inside wall damage was a bit harder than it seemed, especially with it was straight concrete, no tyre barrier there either. So that must have damaged up a bit of the steering, which, well, maybe even a bit of error with the missing hood, but maybe a bit more than like we both expected. But I think moving back here, P8 and P9, we've got Ross, Rizzo and Mario Vlasic. It's on. Vlasic has caught him about half a second the last lap. This could be where Vlasic will catch him, hopefully the end of this straight at the chicane, before the chicane, the NGK chicane.
Yes, Vlasic is pulling out some very good lap times. He's been in the very high 2-minute 1s, low 202s the last couple of laps, whereas Rizzo's been at the other end of that scale, very high 2s and low 3s.
Yeah, and that's where you want to be gaining that time. Definitely, even with the damage, still has a quicker car under him. It's not going to be close enough into the NGK chicane, but he definitely will be close enough the next lap, I'd say, to have a good look. As Burke runs a bit wide at turn 1, regathers it, keeps going. So just a little driver error there, but kept going, didn't lose too much time. Just pushing hard, but definitely everyone inside the top 5, more enough, has a big enough gap. Rogers just trying to keep up the pressure, but Jones is definitely catching him there.
Yes, Jones took another second out of him that lap. I mean, it might not be enough, but he'll definitely be within the window that Josh should be getting a bit concerned come the last couple of laps.
Yeah, and that's not what the window you want, especially after making a mistake at turn 1. You don't want to have that creep back into your mind because you'll be very conservative. But moving back to 8 and 9, Rizzo has got Vlasic all over him now. Vlasic definitely got the car speed to get this done.
Vlasic has to be patient with it though. It's very easy when you have all this pace to try and force a move, as he does. Tries and forces it down here. Oh, not quite going to work for you, mate.
Nah, not going to work. He thought about it. Always that outside car can get the better drive. So he lost a bit of ground, but he's definitely having an attack here. He just wants to get it done. I don't know. I think, yeah, Evans has definitely got more car speed than Vlasic at the moment. So I think he's trying to get in front to gain on Evans, but Evans is running a bit quicker lap time, so don't think it will be as good as he thinks it is to get the job done now. He's got to play that conservative.
Yeah, I think for Vlasic, Evans is a long lost target at the moment. He can afford to take the time barrier here to just size up Rizzo, where he's stronger and where he's weaker than himself, and make sure that when he gets the move done it's decisive and that he gets through and there's no chance for a fight back from Rizzo, because you never know, it's always easier when you've got a carrot dangling in front of you to go a bit faster.
Yeah, it's easier following than it is to defend, as Vlasic just stronger under brakes as well, always can be a bit stronger under brakes when following. So he's just going to hopefully get a better run out of turn 16 onto the front straight. If he can do that, he may be able to have a look down to turn 1, but I don't know how that damage is on the front, hurting his straight line speed, if at all. But if he pulls out, the draft may just be nullified by the loss of the hood.
He has a look into turn 1. I'm not going to get there though, just giving him a look in the mirrors, letting him know he's there.
Yeah, just playing that card of, I'm here again, let's go. I'm going to put the pressure on. Rizzo seems to be having all the pressure tonight, so I think he'll be able to get it done soon.
Back to the Rogers story, he appears to have possibly blown the motor. No, he just seems to have pulled off, and he's now in the pit lane, and that's his night done.
Yeah, Rogers appears to have pulled off. Oh no, he has. I think it may be double downshifted again. I don't know whether, same thing that happened last week, but it's definitely popped the motor at turn 2, which is a weird spot for it to pop. So Rogers lost the motor again. Heartache for Rogers. Was running well. Was looking for a P2 there and ended up with the blown motor again, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, might need to get onto the engine developers at TTL and find out what they're not putting right in these cars, because that's the second week in a row he's had an engine failure. Possibly I'll have a chat to him after the race whether it was actually a shifter failure again, but it does get annoying when it happens 2 weeks in a row. Yeah,
that's frustrating. 1 week in a row is enough to blow a motor, 2 weeks in a row, that's just when you gotta go, what am I doing wrong, or what's the hardware doing wrong? That definitely does suck.
So that leaves us now with the one battle really on track between Ross Rizzo and Mario Vlasic. They're the only two cars that are within about 5 seconds of each other.
Yeah, everyone else is very spread out, which is expected of this track. So Rizzo now just has to defend from Vlasic. There's about 5 odd laps to go, 6 laps to go. Just got to make sure that he keeps this tyre life at the end. I think they pitted around the same lap here. Pitted lap 14 from Vlasic and lap 12. So 2 lap fresher tyres from Vlasic. This could be the benefit of his speed at the moment.
He has another look into turn 1. He's gone deeper though this time. He's going to get it done. Vlasic gets that move done.
Yeah, good move. Rizzo left him some room, and that was all he needed to get it done. So Vlasic moving up into P7, Rizzo down to P8. Still strong run. Let's see if he pulls away. He should be able to. He definitely has a car speed, but I think Evans has pulled away too much now for him to even make ground on him. Yeah,
it'll take a bit of a miracle. It's about a 5-second gap from himself to Evans. I don't think he's got that much car speed left on board his vehicle to get that done.
Yeah, as everyone else now is sort of very spread out here. Corey Preston's back down on track with a damaged car as well, so a couple of cars just running out. Ethan Grigol doing his masterclass, 12.3 seconds out in front. driven excellent today.
Yeah, he's only got a 8/10 of a second variance from his fastest lap for the lap he just did then, which was a 2-minute flat .6. So the dude's in a league of his own when he's out in clean air doing his thing.
Yeah, he's definitely, I think he's grown a liking to this track. He won the early race today as well, so he's definitely growing to this track. I think he'll like this one, got the car speed, and he's just clean race. It's all you need to run. He got in front, yes, he made a mistake at the start, but it all nullified when he got back out in front, and just that was it. Got the clean air, and that was all he needed to take away.
Yeah, well, this track's had a high attrition rate as well. Out of the 18 starters, we've only got 11 left on the lead lap, 5 of which are no longer circulating on the circuit. So higher than you'd expect for the Nurburgring, which has got a fair bit of runoff and is fairly wide. But it also means that cars that qualified outside the 10 are currently in 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 8th. Sorry.
Yeah, everyone. Yeah, Matt Jones from 12th qualifying position up into P5, and Sean Evans from 17th to 6th. So massive gains for them. I don't think they would have been expecting. I know Sean Evans, this is his first main strength of field start, so he will be delighted with the position he's in at the moment. Definitely was unexpected.
It's always good when you get those unexpected results. It gives you a bit of confidence moving forward into the next week, which will be Road America, which is probably a much more V8 supercar suited track than the Nurburgring.
Yeah, I think everyone's looking forward to Road America. I think that was also why a lot of people on here. I think we don't have Ian Ford as well. I don't know where he is at the moment, but a couple of other people didn't turn up for tonight. The track is definitely a different track for the V8s. It's harder to pass. It's hard to set up on. It's just a weird track as it is, but Road America next week will be good. It's more suited to the V8s. Definitely got that long back straight as well as a long front straight. Makes for some interesting racing.
Yeah, and hopefully we get a bit more favourable weather delivered to us by iRacing for next week, and we'll see a few more of the regulars come out to play. As tonight, it's evident that the quality of the field isn't quite what it usually is on a Monday night. There's a few names missing you'd expect to be in this race.
Yeah, definitely a few names missing. This track's brand new to the service, especially when we've been getting 55-degree track weather. I think that may have scared some people away. But the field is all just sort of sorting themselves out at the moment. Not really much going on out track.
Yeah, one thing I'm liking at the moment is Ross Rizzo hasn't just fallen away from Vlasic. He's within about a second of him, which for someone who's been hounded for the last couple of laps by the guy who just passed you, to be able to stick with him, it's a good feeling. It just kind of gives you a bit. I'm not doing that bad. He's just a bit quicker, and I can still keep up with him. But
yeah, he was only a tenth slower the last lap, so Rizzo's definitely just pulling it all out now, just trying to keep up with him. Doesn't want to lose too much ground. No, he's got a big gap behind, so doesn't need to worry about anyone behind him. But he could, if Vlasic makes a mistake, Rizzo can still benefit from it. So that's always what you like to hear and like to see in front of you, is that car not skipping away as quickly as they'd like.
Yeah, this is a track where it can go wrong very quickly. I mean, put a wheel on dirt through Schumacher S's and there's a slowdown for you. It's very easy to just break traction exiting these very long radius corners here, and it just starts to wiggle and you lose a bit of time. And from Vlasic, Sean Evans is long gone. His main threat's going to be Ross behind him, but I don't think there's too much to worry about there.
Yeah, Vlasic does have 2 laps fresher tyres than Rizzo at the moment, so he won't have much to worry about in that field. It's definitely sticking with him. But yeah, there's a lot of areas to make a mistake. The slowdowns are really killer here. I know there's about 2.5 second one if you cut the last chicane, so getting that one can hurt a lot, especially when you're this close to someone in front.
Yeah, 2.5 second slowdown for about a 2/10 of a second gain. So very well proportioned there, those slowdowns.
Yeah, I think that slowdown needs to be rethought of, but I don't know whether they will ever do that. It's just one of those things that we've all got to live with and know about. Definitely just Ethan Grigalt with not many laps to go now. 2 laps to go, 15-second lead in front of Cialak, who's just won his own business in P2. Crackers in P3. It was definitely a good result for Cracknell. I don't think he would have been expecting such a high result. He had Kugamiya and Rogers there with him, and they've just dropped off one on the wayside due to unfortunate incidents. So good result there from Crackers in P3 at the moment, same with Burke in P4.
Just back in the field quickly, Jake, we got 10th and 11th, Dylan Shepherd and Greg Sharp. Dylan is really struggling with his car. 2-minute 7s, 2-minute 5s. Greg Sharp's come out of nowhere and is right on his tail now.
Yeah, Sharpie has caught him in a considerable rate. So I think Shepherd's car is the better of the worst. It's just not feeling it at the moment. Definitely going to be rounded up here by Sharp in the next couple of laps. It was 3.7 seconds slower, so Sharpie, yeah, got him on the front straight. Shepherd lets him go, knows he's got some damage. That's a top 10, or maybe not yet, got it done. So Sharpie has moved up into P10.
As Ethan Grigg got across the line to start the second to last lap. 15 seconds later would Mitchell Selak to do the same thing.
Yeah, the field's definitely spread out at the moment. They're just all cruising around. Definitely the high attrition rate has led to some battles sort of fading away. I think we've lost Shepherd. Yeah, I think we've lost Shepherd as well. Shepherd has gone, so unfortunately he would have been on for a P11, but I think Shepherd has just parked it. He should still get P11 because Rogers is more than a couple of laps behind him, but that's unfortunate. Shepherd's just parked it. So as the field all comes to start the second last lap, Ethan has got a considerable lead. Doesn't need to do anything stupid here. 16-second lead in front of Selak. Crackers third, Burke, Jones, then Evans, Vlasic, Rizzo, Kendall, and Shepherd. Shepherd with a disconnect and Sharp in P10 now. So only 10 finishes.
So with this high attrition rate, do you think this track will be on the schedule next season, Jake?
Not at all. I don't know what people are going to do about it. I don't like it personally. I don't know how you feel about it, Sam, but I don't know, it just doesn't suit the V8s as well as it should. I think there's a couple of other better tracks on the service that would suit it better, especially the V8. There's some cracker tracks that we don't run every season that we should. So I don't know, it's interesting because of the new track. Of course, we're going to see it this season. Whether we see it for season 2, who knows? Yeah,
it's a bit of an odd one. I mean, of course, we're doing it a bit of service because it's brand new to iRacing, but Ethan Grigg collects the white flag now. One to go for him. It's just, I think you drive off the Nordschleife and onto this track, there's no grip at all. So a low grip surface and a high track temp, it just turned a lot of people off, and I think this week will be the realisation that the Nurburgring isn't as good as everyone thinks it can be.
Yeah, I think maybe the Nordschleife will come up next season, who knows. I definitely don't want to do that, but that might be the play card that we can just all go, what about the Nordschleife? That won't be too bad, but it's definitely a track that's played its card. I'm new to the service, and it's may just see the wayside for 1 or 2 seasons till it returns. It's not like how Monza came and then it stayed, because Monza definitely grew a lot to people. So we'll definitely see how it goes, but Ethan Grigg on his last lap.
Yeah, comfortably, he could probably just afford to turn off the motor and he'll still make it home. He's got that big of a margin, just done his thing today, and again, a 2-minute 0.3 on this previous lap. He's got, I think those tyres are brand new right now. He could get off and just go for another 30 laps.
Yeah, he's definitely driven well tonight. His tyre has there's no drop off in that tyre, if at all. I don't even know whether he's had any drop off. You'd have to ask him. It's definitely a great result for him. Good tyre deg. He was in front of the championship as well after last week's race, so this will consolidate him again, looking for the 4th championship as he comes into the MGK chicane for the final time here at the Nurburgring. Very clean, as he has been all night. Turn 16, Ethan Grigg for round 3 of the official V8 Supercar Championship. Takes the win, and it's been a comfortable win in front of Mitchell Selak. Good drive there from Ethan.
Yeah, another, well, I think it's his first win of the season, so it's his first dominant display of the 2016 season. Starts the new year off with a win, which is always good.
Yeah, good to get it going. Silak coming across the line in P2, 16.4 seconds behind. So another conservative race, was going to look for some pressure, but that faded away as Michael Cracknell rounds the last corner. Good drive from Cracknell. Wasn't expecting that one, so I think he'll take a podium here.
Yeah, good result for those two. Silak's had a few issues throughout the week in the races he's won, whether that's been driver error or technical failures, but good to get in that second position. Mick Cracknell as well, off the last race where he didn't really have any pace, up into third place tonight.
Yes, Berkey comes across the line in P4, good result from Burke. As Jones has been caught by Evans a lot. Wasn't expecting that. Evans definitely pushing hard in the first strength of field race from him. Good result. So Matt Jones comes home in 5th and Evans in P6. Good result from those two boys. Vlasic coming across in P7. Another good result. Rizzo lost a bit of ground there. Comes home in P8 as behind him Kane Kugamiya just finishes it off. Comes home in 13th after the incident he had. P9 for Wayne Kendall. Good result. I think Benz is coming around. I think the last person on the lead lap is Sharky, who is coming through the NGK chicane now.
That's a good result for Matt Jones in 5th as well for Performance Motorsports. Fairly new team on the iRacing scene. I think he's grabbed a win this week as well, so definitely a very strong showing here from Matt. Yeah,
Matt Jones has definitely driven well for the new team. New team coming out into the V8s have done well as Sharpie comes across the line to finish. For most of the lead cars, Preston follows him along. So that is it. Sam, do you want to run us through the results?
Sure thing, Jake. So, of course, winning tonight's race is a good goal, a dominant performance from him. In second place goes to ANZ Motorsports, Mitchell Silak. Third place goes to Michael Cracknell. Fourth goes to Wayne Burke. Fifth, Matt Jones, as we said earlier. Sean Evans in 6th. Seventh place goes to Mario Vlasic, followed closely by Ross Rizzo in 8th place. Ninth goes to Wayne Kendall, with the top 10 being rounded up by Greg Sharp. Remaining cars all multiple laps down. Dylan Shepard 11th, Josh Rogers in 12th, Kane Kugamiya 13th, 14th goes to Jason Bentz, 15th is Corey Preston, 16th Matt Morris, 17th Michael Hammond, and rounding out the field is Michael Healy in 18th.
So that was round 3 at the Nurburgring. We will head to some commercials before we bring in some of the drivers for some interviews after the 30-lap race at the Nurburgring. We'll be right back after these ads.
iRacing.com is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all over the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. iRacing's web-based interface allows members to compare stats and test drive any combination of car and track instantly. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 60,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsport organizations like SRO Motorsports Group to deliver virtual races based on the real-life Blancpain GT series. iRacing's Blancpain Endurance Series features team racing, giving members the ability to build a team and participate in races ranging from 3 hours to 24 hours. Additional partners include NASCAR, IMSA, V8 Supercars, IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own 24 hours of Spa, Bathurst 1000, Daytona 500, and many more. iRacing.com, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car.
Welcome back. We're here for the post-race interviews after the Nurburgring for the official V8 Supercar series here at RaceSpotTV in conjunction with iRacingTV. We have our third place finisher here, Michael Cracknell for SDC Motorsports. Good drive there, Crackers. Don't think you were expecting a P3. It was a good drive. Tell us about how you went.
Thanks guys, how you going? Yeah, no, I definitely didn't expect 3-3. I've been horrible at this track all week, so to come away with that was, yeah, very surprising. But I got to thank Bo Cubis for giving me some tips on how to get around here a little bit quicker than what I was going, so yeah, it ended up okay.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate events for Kugamiya and Rogers that just left you in the middle of nowhere by yourself out in P3. Definitely looked like you didn't have the pace at the front four, but then again that helps, so definitely done well for yourself. New year started off with sort of a bang, P3. Looking forward to Road America next week?
Yeah, I am actually. I definitely enjoy Road America more than this track, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think we're all in the same boat about this track. It's sort of just been a bit of a iffy one at best, so hopefully we'll see you boys perform a bit better. I know Ethan did a great drive as well, so well done to yourself. That was a good drive, and hopefully you can do the same thing next week.
No worries, thanks guys, and congrats to Ethan and also Mitch. They were just too quick for me today.
Yeah, they drove well today. So that is the end of our interviews. Crackers was the only one to come say hello to us. That's it from RaceSpotTV. That was Jake Blackwell, myself, and Sam Sutton, and director Hugo Louise. Next week, we will be here at Road America for another great race, 27 laps of a beautiful circuit down in America. We look forward to seeing you all there. We'll catch you soon next week. Goodbye.